Okay.
Hey, what's up, Money Grows on Trees Facebook members? I am delighted. I'm excited to have my friend and one of our 5 Steps to Millions mentorship students on the live with us. It's Marlene. What's up, Miles?
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah,
All,
great.
all
Good to
good
be
and
here.
hot in Bengra, where you are.
Very, very hot. Very hot.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we can all see from the back wall there that
Yeah.
we're dealing with a farmer. We've got the hat in the background, and it kind of looks pretty farmy where you are. So thanks for jumping on and doing
100%.
this. Is this your first?
Yeah,
This is not.
great.
This is not your first Facebook Live, is it?
Yes, because I can't generally do lives because I don't have mobile service.
Yes, that's right. So this is the first.
It
There
is.
you go. Well, you're doing great
Very
so far.
brave. Very brave.
So we're live here, and I just wanted to jump on with you and just share some of the breakthroughs and stuff you've had so far with the program, particularly the one from last week. But before I dive into that good stuff, I always just ask a few questions about kind of like where you were at before, what compelled you to start this program with me, and then we can unravel some of the cool results you had so far. So let me ask you
Yep.
this. What was happening with you before you started the 5 Steps to Millions program?
Okay, being a farmer, we go through these very highs and lows a lot. There's not like I get paid a wage. And the thing I was seeing is I could sure earn the money, or the farm could earn the money, but I just didn't seem to be putting the money in the right places. And I think that was the thing as I'm aging. I turned 60 next month. Isn't that scary? I don't
Well,
even like saying it. Oh,
yeah, it's weird,
but
isn't it?
but as somebody told me, it's not a lot of summers left, and that really scared the
What's
bejesus out
that
of
mean?
me.
Did I tell you that?
It was you. It was you in our very first conversation, and I thought
Oh,
this is something has got to happen. There is something I'm really missing. I wanted $1 million in my
mm.
investment account, and it's like, hey, I want that. I want that $1 million. And I saw this thing on Facebook. Um, you know, it's 5 steps to being a millionaire, and I thought, man, I am in there.
Give me the steps.
um,
Give me the steps.
yeah.
But
So
so
learn
that
the steps.
okay, so you had desire to make changes in your finances, obviously, um, and
Yeah.
you had this vision of you wanting to become seeing the money in your account, whatever it is, um, and there was probably a level of was there a bit of pain, like because when we did your breakthrough call, you were going through some stuff. Like what was really driving you to make the change? Is it the fact you only had a certain amount of summers left?
Financial security, I think, as a female and being by
Cool.
myself, being
Yep.
solo, it's big thing for women is financial security and nobody else
Lovely.
to rely on. And it was all falling on me, and I just hadn't done it right, and it was a really bad time. It was post drought, and
Yep.
I had to, in the drought, what was really hard was selling up all my cows, and that was just even emotionally traumatic, not just financially traumatic.
Yeah.
That was emotionally traumatic for me. And then lasting out the drought, getting the rain about 2 months later, and then saying, well, now I have to turn around and buy them back. And that meant I could buy 1/3 of what I sold. And I thought, I'm in a really crisis situation that I've really got to get my money in order.
Yeah. There you go. Interesting, isn't it? When your back's against the wall, it kind of forces you to make some decisions. So congratulations on making some decisions. Most
Yeah.
people stay in drift. They stay in drift and just takes them off into the rails and they just stay there. So you took some action and you made a decision. So you're now in, well, you're riding the wave. You're building the wave to ride. So what? So that's what made you wanting to make the change. So what? Since doing that, what are some of the things that you have learned or implemented so far that's helped you?
Well, the whole making the whole money thing, if you've got the money and what you do with the money, that I have learned is actually quite simple. The really, the really hard part is your mindset. Your really hard part is, excuse me, your shitty habits. The things that you do or you don't do,
Mm,
even daily, that amount to stepping forward, to moving forward, to making decisions that
mm,
actually are better for you financially, like they'll be better for you personally as a whole, mentally, but it is also simply financial. It was really for me getting my head around my money mindset, my money rules, the rules that I just let those things slide right on out the back.
breaking all the rules.
Yeah.
Okay, so what have you felt like? So what are some of your money rules now, and how is that kind of helping you, facilitate some stability financially?
The very, very first thing, and in 36 years, 37 years this year of farming, I just never simply took anything back and said, I'm going to put that in something for me, as in investment, because I didn't understand investment. I did That was what scared me. So I don't draw a wage. So I kept my philosophy, my mindset was my farm and my income and my factory, that are my cows, are simply like my superannuation.
Sure.
And I kept putting the money back into the farm. And I just I think the thing now is, the very, very first rule I have is, even when I sell something, because I don't pay myself a wage, but for the first time ever in the last 4 months, every time I have sold something, and it might seem like a small amount, being 10%, but holy cow, I have gone from a zero investment account to something pretty awesome in that short time, just by doing that. So my
Amazing.
number one rule is pay myself first, because I'm really worth it.
Yes, you
Without
are.
me, there isn't one.
That's right. That's correct. Yeah. And do you
Yeah,
feel like it's giving
yeah.
you a bit of, you mentioned the word security before. Do you feel more secure knowing that you are in control of the where the money goes, but also the fact you have got some set aside in somewhere besides the farm?
100%. I think the thing is, it is actually a really difficult thing for me. When I sit down and I do that transaction, it's like
Yeah.
gut wrenching, because I think, oh my God, I could be fencing with this amount, or I could be this, or I could be that. And
Yeah.
it was really hard to actually say to myself. And I think that's such a farmer thing. You just, yeah,
Yeah.
it is still really a hard thing. And I have to look at my money rules on my fridge to say, pay yourself first. And seeing
Well,
that grow, I
yeah.
have, you know, I last fortnight ago, I just put $10,000 in that account.
Wow. That's a big move. That's amazing.
Yeah. So
Go.
that whole thing about the 100,000, we got to get to a hundred
Yes.
thousand. That's my goal. That's my
Yes.
goal. That's what I'm working for.
Yep. Yep. There's actually a saying, I talk about it in my first book, Money Grows on Trees. It's the first 100K is a bitch. And that's the real truth of the matter, isn't it? It's a real
Sacrifice.
pain. Yeah, sacrifice.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
big
I think we've done it
sacrifice.
very interesting to get your insight into that as a farmer, because for farmers, as I see it and understand it, there is a lot of sacrifice in your life to run a property
Huge.
like that, right? So you're no
Yeah.
stranger to sacrifice, but I think that, like what you said, um, farmers can be martyrs too, where they sacrifice themselves against the farm and the farm gets it all and you don't get anything. And I think that it's great to
and
see you change your
it's really true. Yeah.
So I think for you, working with you and seeing you move through this program, we had a wonderful experience together on a discovery call where you had some massive breakthroughs that you're moving through. Yeah, but I think you've alleviated some of that decision pain. It was amazing, really, frankly, because you're a tough woman. You know, it takes a tough woman to run a farm by herself, and so
Yeah.
it probably gave you a bit of a refuge to really have those conversations that you can't talk about with anyone else, which was great. I don't want to delve into the depths of the discovery call, but since then, I know you've had some wonderful mindset breakthroughs when it comes to your habits, your behaviors, making money, ideas, and even just your attitude towards how you show up now, your confidence, things like that. What are some things you've learned mindset wise, even last week or whenever, that's helped you?
I think the greatest thing last week that was just like a revelation, and it was simply a conversation with you, and then I went and read this book, The Magician's Way, and that totally it sat me on my butt, because it made me look at how there's either a victim or a victor language person that we are, that we project, and it is so easy. And gosh, as farmers, I see it all the time now. When I have a conversation, I just go, oh my God, I'm glad that's not me. Oh my God, can't you change your language?
Oh, that's fascinating. Yeah.
Because it's so much, it is so much about what you put out there, what you believe. You know, it's about habits, it's about structure. I think the biggest thing is simply having structure. It doesn't matter what it's in. A plan of what you're going to do on your daily duties, you know, on the farm, a plan and structure for your finances, but also personal structure. Because then it just all comes back to, if you don't have that, and this was what was happening to me, I have to pull myself up on it every time, is I just fall back into the same old. So it's like, you can ask me, hey, all this stuff is going on and it's all great, but you know, stuff's still the same old. And I don't like that same old anymore.
No, you've had revelation after revelation, and I think it's where you are now is a byproduct of those breakthroughs so far, and we're still only a third of the way through the whole thing. But you're aware of your swing circle, you're aware of your behaviors, you're aware of these patterns now, so that you're actually formally breaking them by yourself as you go. And that's the best part about it. So you're in control of even your own behavior changes. And one thing you've done is you've actually got a personal health result too, because of the standards you've set for yourself in your health, personal, what you said before, personal habits. And that's reflective of being organized there, now being organized in your finances, and you're probably more organized in your mind and your farm. And tell us a bit about, you feel like setting higher standards in those areas has helped your finances?
100%, because it all bleeds into the other thing. The thing is with the whole weight loss thing, I mean, God, the first thing that did was, for whatever reason, it started to give me like more energy, but I had more clarity. I was thinking about things better. I could wake up earlier. I'd go to bed early, but I could, and I do wake up early, but I was really dragging my ass out, where I actually get up really early, ready to do everything, because I have a structure, not just, you know, I've lost this weight, which was 6 kgs. That was actually really huge for me, because it's always been a really hard thing this age to lose that weight. And anyway, that's another story. But the structure in my diary. Oh, sorry, I'll just turn that off.
The farm.
You'll have to ignore the
You can take it. You
background
can pick it
noise,
up. You can
though.
take it. You can take the call and tell them we're on a Zoom on a thing live. Um,
No, it's
okay.
good. It's good.
So I just want to touch on it. Like, this is a financial mentoring coaching experience, and it sounds to me like you've definitely learned areas of money management. You've learned the nuances of investing. You're executing on your plans and all. Like, you're doing it all and implementing it, and you've even got this amazing goal of getting your first 100K invested, which is fantastic. And you're doing it all yourself, and you understand things, and that's great. Was it a surprise to you as to the mindset and the behavior changes that this program kind of initiated in you?
It's the thing that I went into that I had no idea would be part of it. It was a shock to the system. I thought, because I had this intention, I like I said, I can earn the money, and I'm not bad with money, and I run my own books and I do my own baths. I'm not unwise to that, but it was about investing. It was about
Yeah,
me seeing my wealth grow. And I
sure.
thought I was going to go in there and I was going to learn all this trading stuff. And yeah, it's all in there. But seriously, that's all learnable.
Yeah,
It's all there for you to progress through at your own pace. The thing that really shocked me was quite simply the mindset. The mindset of how we look at things and fall into those bad habits, which is the same old, because it's a comfort thing that we keep doing. Oh, I'll see those really nice pair of cowboy boots, and oh my God, well, I might treat myself to those early because it's my birthday next month, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it, and I would have done it. And that's a
there you
mindset
go.
thing.
Yeah, definitely behavior changes from starts in your mindset. And you're obviously using different language now, like you said. And we talk about that on our calls that we have each week. The language or the conversation you have with yourself is the most important. And language is really thoughts come from the inner dialogue, and then feelings come from that, and then actions come from that, and results come from the language. So you're a reformed smoker now when it comes to language, I think.
it's it's like I would honestly, yes, it's your language, because I would always go, geez, I can't afford that. Nah, don't have the money there, or I can't afford it. That whole thing then is like that scarcity
Yeah,
mentality. And
yeah,
I would feel if I would say to myself, oh, I can't afford it. It's like that broke thing, and you really don't think you're worth it. And that actually has an effect. Now I don't say things like that. I don't go, I can't afford it. I say, it's not the right time for me to buy that.
yes. There you go. What a great example. What a wonderful example of
Yeah.
stepping out of the broke money mindset into an empowered money mindset where you control things that happen around your money. It's bloody awesome. I got
Yeah.
to tell you, it's so fun to watch you grow and progress, and the excitement of your breakthroughs. And you definitely know when to keep it to yourself. When we have breakthroughs on the call, I can see it just zooming through to me, and I love seeing those shifts in your paradigm. So congratulations. I've got one last question. Well, two very small questions for you, very basic ones. The first one is, what is your favorite feature of the program?
My favorite feature, I love the fact that the Kajabi platform is there. And whatever I want to personally address, if I'm feeling I need something, I can go and find it in there. I think that's incredibly valuable to anybody. That's like a lifetime thing. You have that forever.
Yeah, amazing. So that's cool.
But
Great. Yeah.
I have to add, no, I've got to add, the other thing is to be able to have access to you if you have a problem. And I
Yeah.
guarantee you that's probably my thing, that I don't use it a lot, but when I want it, I've got it,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
always get what I need.
Nice. Love it. That's the access to me, the personal coaching access. Yeah. And I know that there's more of it, but it's really nice to hear that, particularly the Kajabi stuff, the course content too. And I think people make a mistake thinking this is a course, but it's not. It's an experience that covers all aspects for you to be able to learn and grow and change and make changes, through action. So
Yeah.
you're a wonderful shining example of a great candidate for this, and it's obvious that results you're getting, and it's going to change the rest of your life. I mean, looking at the trajectory of where you're going. So my last question to you is, what would you recommend to others who are in a situation to what you were in?
I think the thing, it is really hard to, when you're worrying about you don't have enough money to do something, right? The best money that you will ever spend in your life is investing in yourself. And if you choose to find a mentor, and I have to say, Lloyd, I mean, I give him shout outs all the time on my social media
You do, don't you?
platforms, because seriously, if you can have a mentor, then I just think that's the best personal, whether if it's money, great. I mean, we all need money. So why would you not, if you're even doubting, oh God, that, I've got to invest this money into doing this thing. It is the best investment you will ever make. Quite simply, you are investing in yourself. Doesn't matter how much that costs. My investment account has gone past ever the investment of this course.
There you go.
So I paid for it.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? That's a really interesting point you bring up, and it's so true. By the way, you are correct, 100%. I think it's funny. Well, not funny. It's more interesting. I would suggest that when people have money, but they really don't know how to manage it, or they can't grow it, or they can't make any more. I was talking to someone the other day. I said, money's the last thing they really need. It's actually other things inside them that they need the most. And so there's really no point in having money if you actually have nothing else. It's like, well, that's pointless. It's a tool that, I say this sometimes, people wish for the sword, but they rarely wish for the power to wield it. And I feel with you,
Yeah.
you've invested in yourself, and now you've got the power to wield the sword. So when the sword comes, and because what you said, you're a good farmer, now when the sword's there, you can actually wield the sword and the weapon, and you know what to do. But without that, like what you said, it just doesn't happen. Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Right.
I got to say that it's always a pleasure with you, Marlene. You've got such a great spirit and
Thank you.
zest for life, and I'll be looking forward to this. And so, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. And
Super.
I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you on the call.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.